Hi, welcome to my tube. My name is Margie. I'm a Healthy Empath, and I just like having these little conversations on the way I feel about things. And sometimes I say talks because I have stuff to say, and sometimes I have conversations because sometimes I need input, or I'm seeking input. I don't need it, I'm looking for it. Going down some ant holes today. You know, rabbit hole's just a hole. Heck, rabbit hole could just be freaking babies in tall grass. That's just linear thinking as far as I'm concerned. No, the ant hole. That's the way to go. There's all kinds more nooks and crannies and caverns and twists and turns. It's more synchronicity than just a hole. So it's kind of telling me when people say I'm going down a rabbit hole, then I'm just like, have a good time. I hope you find that one thing you're looking for. Hopefully it's broad of scope that might get you over into an anthole instead. People don't think about the words they use. They don't think about they just don't think. People don't think because we live in a civilization that's falling that is contingent on imposed thinking and compliance and obedience. And all the people that ask you to be all of these things are not these things themselves. And it creates cognitive dissonance. My horoscope this morning, sometimes I get them and sometimes I don't. That's how I know that everything's divine, is nothing ever works how you know, it's Mercury retrograde. Maybe I won the freaking lottery and didn't even know I bought the ticket, you know? I mean, who knows? There's nothing set in stone in this, and even stone can be freaking malleable. You know, I mean, everything that people have always been told, they're just quickly finding out that none of it's true. So now they got to figure out what their own discernment is how are they supposed to read? I was so sad, you know, and that's how I know that people don't handle well when they have an idea of how their life is going to be, and then the stars align and it says, no, your life is supposed to go this other way. But your ego's like, no, I need money. No, I need property. No, I need prestige. No, I need a woman half my age. Or a man 3 times my age or twice my age to take care of me. I'm not talking 10, 15 years. I'm talking 20, 30, 40. You know, I'm talking like, you stuck in a loop? So my horoscope was this morning. Because the thing of it is these guys that have these girls that are, you know, they just keep... The women will age and they'll just keep getting the women the same age, but they get older. It's creepy and it's gross. But they get stuck in a loop. So my horoscope today. Are you losing your patience with someone? If it seems like they can't listen to reason, they may have made up their mind already. Maybe they refuse to see any alternatives. If you feel like you've hit a brick wall, then step back and stop hitting your head against it. Learn when enough is enough. If I can deal with someone, if you can deal with someone, you need to just work around them. Or if you can't deal with someone, you need to just work around them or avoid them altogether. Some people just don't know how to work well with others, and that isn't your problem. Well, just said bye to my same flame 2 days ago. Yep. Got sick of that old storyline. She didn't come up into the future or present, so take care, homie. Next chapter, on to things. I'm going to go out this morning, do some laundry. I got an errand to do. I'm going to see about who I could talk to about starting to get some boxes, because I got several months before I move, but if I start putting things into boxes that are just sitting on shelves collecting dust, I can, you know, plan better. You know, just keep it out of the way. I got a hole upstairs. There's 2 rooms upstairs I don't even use. I mean, and most of my stuff is already packed from when I moved here, because I knew, my spirit knew. So another little thing, you know, that I wanted to talk about, and this is kind of a synchronistic, Heather already brought up this morning. She's going down her own ant hole about Trump's uncle. I call this talk The Last President, and it's based on a book in 1899 written by a man named Igerson Lockwood. Wonder if he's Q. See, and I'll let you go down your own ant-hole, but I'll just read a user review. Biff from Back to the Future. And Biff was also if you go watch back, there's a lot of synchronicities in Back to the Future movies, and there's DT, there's a character based on him in the last one. Or loosely or whatever, you know. So check this out. Biff from is based on, okay. Oh no, he didn't write the review. He was at the reviewer wrote this. Doesn't say who wrote the review. It just says user review. Biff from Back to the Future is based on DT. Obviously, Biff became a time traveler in Back to the Future 2 and changed the course of history by altering timeline. There's lots of symbolism and predictive programming warnings hidden in the BTTF movies. Search on the internet. The symbolism in 911. So you know the astrological alignments. I was listening to a talk by Paul Butler. The eclipse that just happened is the same eclipse. Or no, the eclipse that's happening on the 5th of July, 4th, 5th of July, I believe is 1 degree in Cancer. Well, USA, America, is a Cancer. And it's the same degree and eclipse that happened preceding 9/11. Yeah. So look out for things that aren't true that are, really, really big. It's all pageantry. Swinging wieners. It's all look what we can do. Look what we can do. Look what we can do while over here they're benefiting from all this stuff that everybody could be benefiting from, but opportunists are only about opportunity for self and not service of all others. So also, Donald Trump's uncle, Professor John Trump, was the person given the job of sorting through Nikola Tesla's lab and work after he died in 1943. There's lots more symbolism and programming about, there's stuff in there about, this Lockwood dude went down the rabbit hole of him too. And if you don't think all of this stuff isn't like set up and planned, all the hoops that DT has people go through with the legalization of coming into the country and putting up the walls and the borders and all that stuff, the hypocrisy at the level of that man is just absolute. People can think all they want. He has his own agenda, and I keep getting the words Antichrist popped in my head. Not that he is. I don't believe in an Antichrist. I don't believe in any of that. I just believe that people believe what they want to believe in people, but then when people find out who the person they believe in isn't who they thought they were, then there's a lot of disappointment in that, and there's a lot of cognitive dissonance. And this guy, his mom, his mother, his own mother, Mary, she married 5 times. You want to know why people act the way they act? It's because, no, they were not held by their mothers when they were children. DT wasn't. Oh, also, that Igerson dude, he also wrote that go look at the Baron Trump stories that he wrote. And what's Trump's son's name? Only there's 1 R and 2. They only differentiated between the spelling of 1 or 2. The dude, his minds work just like mine, but he just comes from ego. So I don't like tapping into his field. That ain't the world I want to live in. I want to live in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dimensions, above that stuff that people tell me things are true that just plain simply aren't, And using Air Force One to fly in for your own personal gain at a freaking, for your next go around, yeah, you're using all that money. I don't got running water. Where's the spirit in that? Huh? He's everybody everybody thinks that he's just gonna save people and do things, and I'm just like, dude, he's just a businessman. This is his job for 8 years or 4 or what. But look at the last president. They're already impeding or planting the seeds that there's all these systems, the mailing ballots, how easy is that easy to intercept, We ain't gonna know who the president is. on election day. Mark my words. Because I listened to the stories and they all say the same things with different slight variations. You know? If people wake up, that's cool. If they don't, I don't care. I really don't care if people wake up at this point. Because you're all just like in my way at this point. You're all just like static of you know. So anyway, back about old Mary Trump, old DT's mom. She was naturalized. She was born in Scotland. She was a Scotland citizen, and she got to come over to America and become naturalized. And what that means is, according to this, is it's the legal or act of the process by which a non-citizen of a country may acquire citizenship or nationality of a country. It may be done automatically by a statute, membership inclusion, you know, without any effort or part of the individual. So just because who she is, she got a little stamp someplace that says, come on in, you're welcome. Bypass. Look at all the spiritual bypassing. That's the same thing. It's taking cuts. It's cheating. It's a set of rules for some people and none for others. And that is all the stuff that's coming crumbling down. That's all the stuff. Because look, I think about all the people that have millions and billions of dollars, because there's more and more of them all the time, and I think about what it would be like if I could have conversations with them, and they're always told they're right, and they don't have to do their work. So really, their mentality is very small. Because look at what egos chase. Everything they want to. It's not fun to learn about stuff. It's not fun to learn about spiritual stuff. It's not fun to learn lessons. It's not fun to advance as a spiritual being. It's not fun to do any of those things. And all that freaking people, rich egos do is fun stuff. They don't have the discipline. They don't take the time. Look at our whole society that's falling is based on egos. I'm a very smart person. I'm not rich. Like monetarily, you know why? Because there's no spirit in that. My source is my good orderly direction, God, whatever you want to call it yourself, is here to say, you're supposed to live from your spirit, because I tried from my ego and all it did was make me mad. And one true blessing that I'm getting in all this cancer energy, it's like I've dropped the rock. That's a book, by the way. It's a book I've read. I give a lot of little hints, clues, Easter eggs, constantly all the time. Just people don't know what I'm talking about because they haven't read the stuff that I've read. They're too busy homeboy's gonna save America. America's already done fallen, dude. America needed to be saved back in 1776 and 200 years before that when the frickin' pasty people came over and freaking said, we're taking over, we're going to do stuff the way we want to do. See, my ancestors, we just lived amongst the nature. We just lived with the animals because we recognized ourselves as one of the animals. We migrate, we protect our family, we do all the things that animals do. Well, because we have thumbs and we have the sense and the conscious to evolve and to have a consciousness, we were given the task to take care of all the other animals, and we failed. And so now, guess what? What happens when you fail at something? There's usually a consequence. I don't think I'm going to feel the impact of a consequence so much. I don't want to get, too big for my britches. But I'm confident that I've done so much of my spiritual work that whatever happens and comes my way today or tomorrow, that I'll go, all right, this is what's been presented to me. I'm going to take the data that's presented from me. I'm going to collect that data, and I'm going to take some time to process that data, and then I'm going to go forward. But see, what's happening is people are reacting. They're reacting. They have no discipline. They aren't stopping themselves. So relationships are going to end. It's that one thing. Don't say it. Your head's saying, don't say it, don't say it. My head has said that so many, don't say it, Marge, don't say it. Because my ego don't care. If I'm going to burn a bridge, I'm going to burn it down and I'm going to blow up each side to make that gap wider. I don't gotta blow stuff up anymore. I don't even have to be mad anymore. I just can just turn around and walk away. Go do something else during my day. Something more productive. You know, so somebody that's like making it so hard for people have never ever had difficult things happen to them. And that's the thing. That's the scale that's changing. That is what is coming in balance. Because more people like me, we've been hidden in obscurity. Every time YouTube does it's cool because like I got like 100 subscribers in like 5-6 days because of Don't Drink the Kool-Aid. But then Don't Drink the Kool-Aid did something, ticked somebody off, and then they got their channel freaking grounded for 2 weeks. So they have a second channel, but they're starting out brand new, you know. So it's just like, it's the cheaters, you know. It's like we're the truth of that bopper game that they used to. Truth keeps popping up, and then the cheaters are like, no, we can't profit from it. No, we can't. And it's like, and then the truthers are like, well, we'll go underground and figure out a different strategy because people just don't want it yet. People just are believing that, you know, it's not a circle of greed, that there is like that there, like one political party is like upstanding and like 4 people, and it's like neither of them are, dude. All these people that hang out and like have parties and talk about how stupid Americans are and stuff like that for falling for it, you know. It's like minimum wage is like $9 here and $12 here and $13 here, the federal minimum wage. But we pay so much taxes that out of 535 people, the seats in Congress and like the chair, the person that, hey, be quiet everyone, we got, you know, and then you know, they all, for 536 people, $95 million accounts for their annual salary. Taxes, that's at least, that's baseline. If they all pay themselves the minimum, which they don't, because they don't got to pay for nothing. They don't got to pay for their cars. They don't got to pay for, you know, it's all per diem. It's all allowances. It's all, and we pay for it all. So all that stuff that, you know, they're you know, we pay for everything. But I don't get water. And I couldn't even get, like, tap into my Social Security disability when I was going through a hard time. I tried to do that, but the doctor didn't like me. So that nixed it. And I even told the doctor, I said, you know, I've been in strong, because he kept asking me literally the same question over and over. And finally I was like, sir, I've answered that question. I'm just curious as to how many more times you're going to ask the same question, because these are the same questions that I filled out in the questionnaire already too. So you're just reading the answers that I wrote. So, and he's like, oh, well, you don't want to do this today? And I said, no, I want to do it. I just legitimately want to know why you're doing what you're doing. It's dance, puppet, dance. And then I got a call from Social Security and said, well, he said that you need to go to a psychologist. And I was like, well, I don't need to go to a psychologist. And then they nixed it and killed it. It was dead in the water right then. The girl on the phone, I said, so what if if I say I don't need to go to a psychologist, what happens next? Is that going to determine my case? Oh, no, it doesn't have anything to do with it. And then I got a letter and it said denied. So it's like, it's the card is stacked. The only thing is the egos don't win. It's stacked higher from the universal perspective. So people can try and put me in my place all that they want, and, you know, don't help me all that you want. That's fine. I'm just that little weed. I'm just that little weed in a freaking parking lot that comes out of nowhere. Says, yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway. So, oh, and that's another screenshot, because I'll go through things. I'll go down an anthole, and then I'll see stories and stuff, and I'll take a screenshot and make notes. And here's one. Samsung Blu-ray players are getting stuck in an endless startup loop, and we don't know why. Guess what? People are too. Why? Because we're just like electronics. We're frequency. And all that surgency that runs through us is our currency. And some people are rich in currency, and some people say they're rich in currency, but they're dirt poor in currency. So what happens is, art imitates life, life imitates art, time travel? You know? I believe all things are possible. All of it. In some capacity. I just also know that free will is a thing too. You want out, girl? Want to go see Retta? Go see if Retta's up. And because people have free will, that kind of throws the whole all things possible for, you know, the whole possibility that, you know, so many wonderful things could happen to wonderful everybody when there's more than 51% of the world, the population, are more about themselves right now and their own security and their own stuff like that. So I just thought that was pretty funny. Is that I'm like, that's funny. Samsung Blu-rays are starting to mimic people. They're getting stuck in a loop too, because that's all people do. They go to the same job. They celebrate the same imposed holidays. Pizza days are always... I mean, we are stuck... People are stuck in cycles because we have been put in an imposed cycle, and people are... And now they're waking up to like, what? I got a spirit? Huh? What? Huh? Whoa. What? Huh? Matter, energy, it doesn't die? That was so cool. That was such a cool, synchronistic freaking American Mom last night. It was a good one. They redid the two alternate realities where she bought a pink sweater and a blue sweater. I'm like, I need to look at the producers of that show and the directors and go down my trajectory with them, because I bet the producer or something, I'm in alignment with them in some capacity. And that's the thing, is people freaking are attracted to things that they're aligned to, you know. I ain't never been attracted anything pro sports. I'm like, why do those freaking meatheads? They were always the biggest jerks to me. Is the freaking guys that were really freaking good at sports, and then their ways were paved ways. Stupid as a pencil, dumb as a pencil. Sometimes good looking, but you know, all the dudes end up needing Viagra one day. All of them, unless they're balanced with their masculine and feminine. No, it shouldn't happen to everybody, but it does. Sorry, guys. I know what it feels like. I've lived in that incarnation. You know, and I've been a hypocrite. I've been that hypocrite. I am a hypocrite. That's what Heo could do. We're contrary. We're contrary, and it's not because I try so hard to stand in my word. I had to say the words. I even reneged. Because I had to backpedal. Because I said I wasn't going to I wasn't going to send no more message to my same flame. I wasn't going to do it because she just doesn't want to work with me, and I don't want to freaking be a puppet. So, I said, well, what did I say? Oh, I deleted the conversation too, so I don't know what I said. Then I went back later to do something else, and then the conversation was back, and I was like, what? Get out of my inbox. And then it like procreated, or it like what's that? I can never remember that word, where it trickles across the system, and then oh yeah, because I'm like, anyway, I was adamant. So I'm not mad about it. I'm just like, I was just said, you know, I just wanted to do things different in instant message, and she just never wanted to do that, and I just got freaking annoyed, you know, because I'm not going to beg anybody, and she just liked the attention, and I'm, you know, and then when she said, well, for someone who doesn't, because I hate texting, I freaking, my energy field, man, I get mad, me and technology aren't cool. We aren't. I can't touch stuff when I get mad. I can't. That's why I always have to keep. I'm constantly trying to keep my energy field in check, because when I get riled, stuff gets glitchy. I mean, I don't even want it to. Like, I get loud, I get excited about stuff, just happy. And the dogs are like, what's going on? I'm like, it's okay, you know, and I gotta come back down. I'm tired of coming back down, because people just can't step into their own power, you know. So I told her, I'm like, anytime you want to freaking message me, maybe if I'm not busy, maybe I'll answer. That's the last thing I said. But I said, you know, because I said after tonight, I'm not messaging you no more. I'm not doing this. And then the next morning I reneged, and then I gotta let the guilt go, because I see, that's accountability, is saying that you're gonna do something and then sticking with it, and then not backpedaling. And see, ego lets you backpedal and oh, I'm just going to do this. No, I want to be an accountable spirit where when I say I'm going to do something, then people are going to believe. I've left people. I've given people rides. I don't know how many. It's something that we do. You give people, you get, But if I say I'm going to be, at the same time, if I say I'm going to be someplace, see, time ain't real, but it's a show what people use to show how they are important to you. So people that can't be on time for anything, you just don't care about anybody else's. You don't care about anybody else's. Only yours is valuable. You want to be on time, stop doing what you're doing and leave earlier. It ain't hard. Well, I can't because of this and that. No, none of that has nothing to do with it. About somebody's accountability of being worth. And I ain't never been to a doctor's appointment or any appointment where somebody had that I had to pay to see was on time to see me. No. And I know why, because I ended up working in the hospitals and stuff. It's because they're doing what you think. They are just sitting at their desk looking at porn and stuff like that. They are just doing anything else they want to do. And they'll get to you when they're ready. And then they pay themselves 6-7 figures to do that. I mean, why people are getting medical bills for some freaking thing that we got from, another land? That ain't fair. All this stuff that isn't fair, people are figuring it out. All the shit that they're putting in the dog food. That's one of the reasons why my dog is scratching, because I had to get one kind of food that he don't ordinarily eat. And it's in the same family, but they put shit in their food because their buddies that make the shit have to get rich too. Why can't you just put natural ingredients in dog's food? Why can't what's with the rest of the it's because the veterinarians have to get rich too. So if you put shit in the dog's food, then the dog gets sick, and then you have to go to the veterinarians, and then you have these fucking egomaniacal veterinarians that charge $1,200, $1,000, $400 just because you love your animal. Where's the spirit in that? I'm lucky. I have a good vet, but now I gotta move, so now I don't know what's gonna happen. It's okay, baby. It's okay. I know. I got him his other food, so now we're on the mend, but he's gotta eat it for a couple days for it to get back into his system. You see, it's all this stuff. It's all that stuff. It's what people are checking out. People don't want to live in a world like this. It's not fair. But people that don't care about fairness and justice, and all they care about money is in the bottom line. The rest of you, F that Natty Denise freaking Instagram page. Those people, all I did was, how much it costs for them to swing his wiener in like that? He even talked about it. Did you see us come in? Do you think we should roll it? No, boys, give it all to him. That's all ego shit, dude. I haven't had water in 3 years. I've gotten my toilet water from a stream that I live next to, and I collect it in water containers that I had to buy from the store, the 2.5 gallon ones. I got tired of freaking collecting the recycle and the plastic for those, so I cut the top in, and then I just, refill them in the stream. Yeah, and I've got a bachelor's science degree in business information systems, and I've worked in some of the biggest countries in the world, and everybody cares about a veteran, and I'm just trying to take care of my mom who had a stroke when she was 38. That's why I did all that stuff, because I knew I was going to have to. I just didn't know it was going to start when I was going to start taking care of her when I was 38. But it did. And I'm trying to make the best of it, and everybody just watches. Even my brother, who's a lawyer. Dude makes freaking 6-figure, high up in California politic governments. But he just likes to watch me. What are you going to do? How are you going to get yourself out of this? What are you going to do, Marge? What are you going to do? Can you do it? Dude was a poli-sci freaking Bachelor of Science degree graduate. Was a programmer. He tried teaching, didn't like it, because he caught a note passed between freaking a 10-year-old kid, 2 10-year-old kids, about how they're wanted to meet to have sex, and then that was so too much for him, so he quit teaching, went to become then he became a programmer. That's why I don't think like programmers. I'm not a programmer-minded type thinking. I'm the analytical other side of that. I'm not the freaking programmer. Anyway, so then he just switched from that, went to law school, and then hopped over into, the the Office of Probation, where he's sat on his king and throne. It's funny, you know, you find out, because I was always like IT support. Everything I did is support. I was an age ranger. Age support. It's a new age. Now I'm an age ranger. Anyway, so homeboy, I remember the only person he invited to his wedding, I was his best Marge. Now we don't speak, because I wasn't going to be nobody's best man. So anyway, I was the best Marge. I tied his bow tie for him. Yeah. Yeah, because, you know, when people that can't do things for themselves, they just call on other people to do all these things for them. It's the psychology of it all. So his receptionist, the only person he invited from his office was his receptionist. So, and I always like the admins, because they are the heart and the brains of the operation. You want to know anything about an organization, ask the receptionist. So I was talking to her, and she was like, yeah, he doesn't make coffee. And I was like, what? Because that's the rule. That's like the break room rule. If you come up and you finish the coffee, you start another pot for the next one. It's just like, you know, the heart of it. Well, you have the ego people, and that's his attitude. I don't make coffee. He did that for long enough, and now he's rise to a level that he don't need to do it. The funny thing of it is that he ended up freaking doing a Take Two wife, and Take Two wife, she don't drink coffee. So old boy freaking has to make his own coffee every day. I love karma, man. It's just subtle. It's just subtle. It's just like the universe. People are like adamant about the things that they will and won't do. That's why I try. I try, because I lie too. I want to do, you know, people, but circumstances happen, and you know, I just don't do it as near as much as everyone else. My lies are like, I can't even think of one. I don't know. I used to do it a lot more. Like, here's one. Like, I wouldn't want to listen to Mom listening to Longmire. You know, and so my ego, I'm like, God, if I have to listen to this show one more time. No, I love it. The storylines in that show are amazing. The synchronicities and there's Heyoka. There's Heyoka. There's a couple different Heyoka. They changed the character of the one Heyoka. Anyway, we follow our own logic. We don't follow we rely on other people's input, but we just take the data and collect it all, and we follow our own logic. Anyway, that's about all I got for now. I hope you have a rad day. Peace.